Not every machine has to be brand new to deliver top performance. In addition to new machines, WFL also offers refurbished used machines, technically inspected, modernized, and quickly available. Why refurbishment is becoming increasingly important in the machine tool industry, how the refurbishment process works, and what advantages customers gain from it. That's what we're talking about now with Simon Aichhorn. Could you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your role at WFL?
Hello, my name is Simon, and I am team leader in the Manufacturing Solutions department. One of the key areas within Manufacturing Solutions is the used machine business.
What importance do refurbished machines have for WFL today?
Which is exactly where we are right now. In times like these, where sustainability and environmental awareness are becoming increasingly important, used machines are naturally a key element for maintaining a strong market presence. Another important factor is that we can offer faster and more cost-effective alternatives compared to new machines.
Why do customers choose a refurbished machine?
The main factors are, of course, delivery time and cost savings compared to a new machine. Those are the key advantages that also set us apart from the competition, especially because the quality is comparable to that of a new machine.
How does a machine return to the WFL refurbished machine program?
In many cases, customers purchase a new machine, and as part of the deal, their old machine is dismantled. One major advantage of this process is the minimal machine downtime. Another aspect is that, unfortunately, some customers become insolvent, which gives us the opportunity to acquire machines from insolvency assets. We also work closely with our customers whenever a machine becomes available again. In those cases, WFL takes over the dismantling process and transports the machine back to Linz.
What happens technically during the refurbishment process?
The first step is for our technical department to assess the machine and its components directly in order to make an initial evaluation. After all, a price needs to be calculated so that the sales department can offer the machine to the market again. This initial assessment also includes input from our sales department, where we identify what types of machines and specifications customers are currently looking for. Based on that, the machine specifications are adapted accordingly. The next step involves rough planning, where the entire pre-assembly process is scheduled. During this stage, the turning, boring, and milling units are overhauled, and the machine is completely dismantled down to the machine bed before being rebuilt from scratch. In summary, a used machine is rebuilt almost like a new machine, in addition to all the dismantling processes involved. As a result, the assembly time for a refurbished machine is significantly longer than for a brand new machine.
Which components are typically modernized?
That always depends on the customer's expectations and budget, but in general, WFL offers refurbished machines with geometric accuracy comparable to that of a new machine. This means we focus on the key elements, such as guide rails, main spindles, and all critical core components like the turning, boring, and milling unit, the main spindle, the counter spindle, and so on. Those are the essential components that ultimately define the machine's performance afterward.
How does WFL ensure highest quality standards?
If you compare us to a traditional machine dealer, they usually resell machines exactly as they are. WFL, on the other hand, invests a tremendous amount of work into every machine. That is why we are able to offer warranties and guarantees. As standard, we provide 3 months on the base machine and 6 months on all replaced parts. Depending on the scope of the refurbishment, this can even be extended up to 12 months, similar to what customers receive with new machines.
What economic benefits do customers gain?
That naturally depends on the year of manufacture, the machine's condition, and the operating hours. But in general, customers can save up to 50% compared to purchasing a new machine.
What role does sustainability play in this business?
A very significant one. Sustainability is one of the main reasons why we operate the used machine business in the first place. If you look at the casting components alone and consider how much energy is required to produce them, the savings are substantial. Sustainability requirements and ISO certifications related to environmental responsibility are also becoming increasingly important for our customers. That is another major advantage of our refurbished machines.
How important are original spare parts and WFL know-how?
That is definitely possible, but you have to take the control generation into account. Starting from the solution line series onward, automation is absolutely a viable option. However, for older machine generations, it often does not make economic sense because the cost-benefit ratio has to be carefully evaluated. Automation costs compared to the residual value of the machine can become a rather tricky matter. Just 2 months ago, we delivered a refurbished machine from this very hall, already prepared for automation. Our colleagues in St. Conrad had also prepared the automation package, and we are currently already in the final negotiation phase.
What personally fascinates you about this business area?
As we mentioned earlier, people from all over the world come to us looking for refurbished machines or retrofit solutions. That is what makes this field so exciting. Getting to know different cultures, mentalities, challenges, and ways of thinking, learning how to work with them, and continuously learning yourself along the way. For me, that is one of the key reasons why I enjoy this work so much and why I gladly take on these challenges.
How do you see the refurbished machine market developing for WFL in the future?
That depends on the machine series, the machine size, and the retrofit condition. But overall, the market is definitely active and developing steadily. We have a dedicated team here that focuses exclusively on retrofits, even if the available capacity is somewhat limited. At the same time, many of our employees have been with the company for at least 10 years, which means we have the necessary expertise and know-how to successfully modernize older machines as well.